Welcome to today's deep dive. We're going to be talking about something I know you guys are really interested in. Understanding the personalities of the people you do business with.
Yeah, it's fascinating, right?
So fascinating. And, our sources this week, they actually suggest that understanding these personalities is crucial to a successful interaction
Absolutely.
because everybody's got their own kind of motives that they bring to the table.
Motivations, communication styles, values, the whole thing.
The whole thing. And when you understand those things, you can craft a better offer. You can build a stronger connection. You can really increase those odds of getting a yes.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk about, the different personality types that are out there.
Yeah.
The analyticals, the drivers, the amiables. But most people are a blend.
Right. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And our source material even suggests using AI to uncover some of these personality secrets. But one of the things that really stuck out to me was the idea that every personality type reacts differently to an offer.
Absolutely.
Have you ever noticed that in your own business dealings?
Yeah.
I mean, how can we practically apply this knowledge? How can we figure out someone's personality in a business context?
Well, this is where things get really exciting because we can start to use AI as a tool.
Oh, here we go.
I recently came across this article in Mitch Jackson's AI, Web3, and Metaverse newsletter on LinkedIn that really resonated with me.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one too.
It talks about using AI to gain a deeper understanding of the people you interact with. And he even provides this sample AI prompt to help us analyze someone's personality.
Okay, so this prompt, what kind of things does it tell us to look at?
Well, it starts with some basic background information,
Okay.
their role in the company, what industry are they in, any notable achievements or projects they've been involved in.
Right, so we're kind of building a professional profile.
Exactly. But then it goes beyond just the resume. It looks at their communication style. How do they communicate? Are they direct? Are they detailed? Do they get to the point quickly? How quickly do they respond?
That's so interesting. Even something like response time can be a clue, right?
Absolutely. If someone is always responding within minutes, they're probably very organized, very responsive. If they take a little bit longer, maybe they have a more deliberate approach.
Right. Okay, so we've got their professional background, we've got their communication style. What else?
Well, then we start looking at their online presence. How do they present themselves online? What topics do they post about? What content are they engaging with?
Oh, so we're talking about social media and all that. It's like everyone leaves a digital footprint these days, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can use that as clues.
Well, exactly. If someone is constantly sharing articles about, efficiency and productivity, that might suggest they're very goal-oriented, action-driven. On the other hand, if they're all about building relationships and collaboration, that might mean they prioritize harmony and connection.
Okay, so we've got their background, their communication style, their online persona. This is getting good. What else should we be looking at?
Well, it also encourages us to look at their personal interests and hobbies.
Okay.
Do they have passions outside of work? Do they support any causes or organizations? These can provide a lot of insights into their values and motivations.
It makes total sense. We're trying to understand the whole person, not just who they are in the office.
Yeah.
Because, our passions reveal a lot about what matters to us.
Exactly. And then it gets into their professional behavior and negotiation style. How do they typically approach negotiations? Are they collaborative? Are they competitive? What are their business goals?
Oh, this is key. Imagine going into a negotiation and not knowing any of that. You're going in blind.
Exactly. And this is where the magic happens when we take all this information and we feed it into an AI platform.
Wait, hold on. This is the part I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
So we're talking about using AI to basically get a read on someone's personality before we even step into a meeting.
You got it. That's exactly what we're talking about. And that Mitch Jackson article I mentioned, it actually provides a sample AI prompt, a framework of questions and instructions that you can use.
So we're going to break this down in detail, right? Like, how does this AI prompt work?
Absolutely. It guides you to collect really specific details about the person, their background, communication style, online presence, all that stuff we just talked about.
Okay.
You feed it into the AI and it analyzes it and gives you insights into their personality traits, communication preferences, motivations. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, I have to ask, how does it work? How does the AI translate all of that into something meaningful?
Well, AI uses these sophisticated algorithms. They're designed to identify patterns and correlations, kind of like a human analyst would, but on a much larger scale and much faster.
So the AI is basically looking for connections between all these different data points. Like if someone is posting about environmental stuff on social media and they also volunteer for an environmental organization, the AI might say, okay, this person really cares about sustainability.
You got it. It puts all those pieces together to paint a more complete picture of their personality and values.
Okay, this is super fascinating. We are essentially feeding the AI all this information, and it's acting like a personality detective, giving us a deeper understanding of the person.
That's a great way to put it. And this brings us to a really important point. The quality of the AI analysis is directly related to the quality of the information we feed it.
So garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. The more detailed and specific we are, the more accurate and insightful those results will be.
So it's not just throwing a bunch of random stuff at the AI and hoping for the best. It's about being intentional and thoughtful, just like a good detective would be.
Absolutely. Think of it like putting together a puzzle.
Okay.
Each piece of information contributes to a clearer picture.
All right, I'm seeing the power of this. Like, this is a secret weapon for understanding the people we do business with.
It can be. But we also have to remember AI is a tool. It's not a magic solution. We can't just blindly follow its recommendations. We have to use our own judgment, too.
Right, we combine the power of AI with our own intuition and experience.
Exactly. So what do you say?
Yeah.
Are you ready to brainstorm some specific examples?
Oh, I am so ready for this. Let's get practical.
All right. Let's say you're getting ready to make a business proposal to someone, and the AI tells you they're a driver personality type. How would you tailor that proposal to resonate with them?
Well, if I remember correctly, drivers are those really goal-focused, decisive people.
Right.
Very direct.
Yes, very much so. They like efficiency. They like to see results.
So you wouldn't want to beat around the bush with them. You'd want to get straight to the point, highlight the key benefits, the outcomes, no fluff.
Exactly. You emphasize efficiency, the potential for quick wins, the impact on their bottom line, data metrics. Those things would probably be very persuasive.
And what about someone with a more amiable personality? How would you approach them?
With an amiable personality, you gotta shift gears completely. Remember, they value relationships, harmony, cooperation. So you want to create that sense of connection, of trust, emphasize the collaborative nature of the partnership, the shared values, the potential for a strong long-term relationship.
That's so interesting. It's like speaking two totally different languages.
It really is. And it's not just about the formal proposal, it's about the little things, too.
Yeah.
If you see on their social media they're passionate about a certain hobby or a cause, you could weave that into the conversation.
Right. Find that common ground.
Exactly. Build that rapport.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. It's all about using these subtle personality cues to tailor your communication and your approach.
Yeah.
And AI can help us see those things that we might miss on our own.
Absolutely. So where do we go from here? Are you ready to dive into some more specific examples?
Let's do it. I'm putting on my detective hat right now.
Excellent. All right, so let's say we're trying to close a big deal with a potential client. We've had a few meetings, we've emailed back and forth, and we have a general sense of their communication style.
Okay.
But to really nail our approach, we need more information. Where should we start?
Ooh, good question. Where do we go digging for clues?
Well, I always start with their LinkedIn profile. It's a treasure trove of information. Their work history, the skills they highlight, the recommendations they've received. It tells us so much about their professional background.
Right. It's like their carefully crafted online resume.
Okay.
But beyond just reading their profile, what specifically should we be looking for?
Pay close attention to the language they use.
Okay.
Do they talk about results in data and achievements? Or do they emphasize collaboration building relationships? The words they choose tell a story about what they value.
It's like those subtle word choices are little hints about their personality.
Exactly.
So we've scrutinized their LinkedIn profile. What's next?
Well, their company website can also be a goldmine. You can often find press releases, articles, blog posts that give you a better sense of their professional style. You know what they've accomplished.
So we're piecing together the puzzle from multiple sources. But to get a glimpse into their world outside the office, we got to head to social media, right?
You got it. If their profiles are public, social media can be incredibly insightful.
Yeah.
What are they posting about? What are they liking? Who are they connected to?
This is where their true colors come out.
Right, like if someone's always posting travel photos and adventure stories, they probably have that spontaneous, adventurous spirit, or maybe they're sharing articles about social justice. Maybe they're volunteering in their community. That tells you something about their values.
Yeah, it does. And don't forget the pictures they post.
Oh, absolutely. Visual cues are so important.
Are they sharing pics of themselves, leading teams, giving presentations, accepting awards, or are they more likely to post about their family, their hobbies?
It all paints a picture. And once you've gathered those clues from LinkedIn, the company website, social media, that's when you start plugging it all into your AI prompt.
So it's like building a case file for our AI personality detective. We've got their background, their online habits, their secrets. What happens next? What kind of insights can we expect from the AI?
Well, the AI will probably give you a summary of their personality type, based on some of those established frameworks like the Big Five or DISC.
Right.
These frameworks help us understand how people think, feel, and behave.
Okay.
So we might learn that they're high in conscientiousness, which means they're organized, detail-oriented, reliable, or maybe they're high in extroversion. So they're outgoing, energetic, they like to be in the spotlight.
This is so useful. Can you imagine going into a negotiation not knowing if the person across the table is going to be assertive or laid back?
Exactly. And it goes beyond just communication style. The AI can also give you insights into their motivations and values. What drives them? What do they care about? What kind of messaging will resonate with them?
So we're not just gathering information for the sake of it. We're actually using it to strategize.
Exactly. Remember that driver personality we talked about earlier? If the AI tells us this person is driven by results and efficiency, then we can tailor our pitch accordingly.
Oh, right. We're speaking their language.
Exactly. We're showing how our product or service will help them reach their goals faster, more efficiently.
This is so cool. It's like we have this secret decoder ring for the human psyche.
It can feel that way, but it's important to remember that AI is just a tool. It's not perfect.
Okay.
It can be wrong sometimes, and we always have to use our own judgment, too.
So it's about finding that balance, the power of AI combined with our own human intuition?
Exactly.
Okay. But I have to ask, are there any potential downsides we should be aware of?
That's a great question. We can't forget about the ethical implications.
Oh, right.
We should never use AI to manipulate someone or make decisions that could hurt others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have to use this technology responsibly.
Okay, but I have another question for you. Can we use AI to understand ourselves better?
Absolutely.
Now, that's fascinating.
There are some incredible AI tools out there that can analyze our online activity, our writing style, even our social media interactions to give us insights into our own personality traits, strengths, weaknesses, blind spots.
Whoa, that's pretty intense.
It can be. But the insights can be so valuable both personally and professionally.
Okay, I'm adding that to my to-do list. Explore AI self-discovery tools?
Yeah.
But for now, let's bring it back to using AI to understand the people we do business with.
Sounds good. We've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about gathering information, analyzing it with AI, and adjusting our approach based on those insights.
And we've talked about being ethical, being mindful, and always using our own best judgment. It's about finding that sweet spot between human intuition and technology.
I like that, the sweet spot. So before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a little challenge, something to think about as they navigate their own business dealings. Ooh, a challenge. I love it. Lay it on us. Okay, I'm ready. What's the challenge?
Think back to a recent business interaction that didn't go as well as you hoped, maybe a negotiation that stalled or a pitch that just fell flat.
Ooh, yeah. Those are the worst.
Yeah. Now here's the challenge. Could understanding the other person's personality have changed the outcome?
That's a good question.
It is. It makes you look back at those situations and think about them differently.
Right. Maybe I was trying to connect with a super analytical person using, emotional arguments.
Exactly. Or maybe you were too direct with someone who prefers a more collaborative approach.
Or maybe there was an opportunity to build rapport that I just completely missed.
It happens. So the challenge is to think back and ask yourself, how could understanding personality have shifted that dynamic, both mine and theirs?
It's almost like a case study, taking a real-world interaction and seeing how personality plays into it.
Yeah. And then the next step is, how can you use this knowledge moving forward? How can you use AI to gather those personality insights, but also how can you hone your observation skills? ask better questions, really listen to the other person.
Right. It's about combining those powerful AI insights with our own human intuition and empathy.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, business is all about human connection. And understanding personality helps us build stronger relationships and achieve success together.
This deep dive has been so insightful. I feel like I have a whole new set of tools to use in my business dealings.
Me too. It's been a great conversation. And remember, as you move forward, keep those personality playbooks in mind. You never know, that one insight, that one connection could be the key to your next big win.
That's a wrap for this episode of The Deep Dive. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Keep diving deep, keep learning, and keep connecting.